So you're here because you're thinking about building a six-figure online business, specifically looking ahead to 2025.
Right. And we've waded through quite a bit of material, different viewpoints, strategies.
Yeah, we really have. And the goal today is to kind of pull out the practical, actionable steps, give you a clear guide, cut through the noise.
Exactly. It's pretty amazing how much the whole online business thing has shifted, isn't it?
Totally. Think back like 10 years ago. Very different landscape.
Oh, absolutely. So many more ways to do things now.
Right.
Different models, different
It
platforms.
really feels more accessible in a way. I mean, you still need the work ethic, let's be clear.
No doubt. A laptop, decent Wi-Fi, and yeah, you got to put in the hours. But the barrier to entry feels lower.
Okay, so let's dive in. If someone's starting, what's ground zero? Where do we begin?
Well, interestingly, almost all the sources point to the same starting block, and it's maybe not what people expect. It's mindset.
Ah, mindset. Okay. Not the what to sell bit first.
Nope. It's about this shift away from just being a hustler, always chasing the next dollar.
Right, that constant grind mentality.
Yeah, towards thinking like an entrepreneur, someone building an actual asset, something sustainable.
So less about just making quick cash and more strategic thinking, like long-term value.
Precisely. You're building a business, not just doing tasks. And part of that is seeing yourself differently from day one,
How so?
thinking like the CEO. Even if it's just you, the sources really stress this. It changes your decision making, your perspective.
Okay, act like the CEO from the outset.
Yeah.
Even if your company is just you and your laptop. I get that. Powerful shift.
It really is.
So mindset is locked in. What's the logical next step according to what we've seen?
Then it's tackling the what. Choosing the right business model for you. And gosh, in 2025, there are a lot of options.
Yeah, you see everything. E-commerce, selling digital courses, coaching, memberships, affiliate marketing, even SaaS.
Software as a service, yeah. It can feel, well, overwhelming. Too many shiny objects.
And the big advice seems to be, don't try to juggle them all, right? Especially not at first.
Exactly. Less is more was a recurring theme. Pick one model, really focus, learn it inside out, master it before you even think about adding another stream.
Okay, give us an example. How might that look practically?
Sure. So maybe you're an expert in, say, fitness for busy parents.
Mhm.
You could start a focused coaching program. That's your one thing.
Or
Or maybe you have a cool product idea. Instead of launching 50 variations, you focus on a one product Shopify store. Really dial that in.
makes sense. Master one thing before getting distracted. Avoid spreading yourself too thin. Okay, mindset, check. Focus business model, check. Where does the energy come from? What fuels this thing?
Audience, or rather audience attention. This came up again and again. Without eyeballs, without
Like
engagement.
shouting into the void.
Pretty much. You need people paying attention to have a business. It's non-negotiable.
And in 2025, where's that attention? Where are people hanging out online?
Well, the usual suspects are still big players. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn for certain niches.
And email lists, right? Still powerful.
Absolutely. Don't sleep on the newsletter. It's a direct line. But the key across all these platforms isn't just blasting by my stuff.
Right. It's about providing actual value first. You can't just promote constantly.
No. You need to teach or inspire or help people solve a problem. Give before you ask. Build that relationship.
There was that line in one source. Trust is greater than transaction.
Exactly that. Build trust, and the selling becomes much, much easier later on. People buy from those they know, like, and trust.
Okay, so you're building that trust, providing value. Now you need something to sell. Let's talk offers.
Yes, the offer. It has to actually solve a real problem or fulfill a strong desire for that audience you've built.
So it connects directly back to understanding who you're talking to, their pain points, their dreams.
Precisely. Your offer is essentially the bridge. It takes them from where they are now, the pain, to where they want to be, the dream result.
I like that bridge analogy. And again, the advice seems to be start small.
Generally, yes. Especially for beginners. Think about maybe a $47 a book or a $97 mini course, maybe a $500 initial coaching package.
Accessible entry points, get some runs on the board, get feedback.
Exactly. Get testimonials, refine your process. Then you can think about developing higher ticket offers and scaling your prices. Don't try to sell a $10,000 program on day one with no track record.
Right, dip your toes in, build proof. Okay, makes sense. Now things are starting to move.
Yeah.
You've got an audience, an offer, maybe some sales. What's the danger zone?
Burnout. trying to do everything manually. That's where systems and automation become absolutely crucial in 2025.
Because you just can't sustain doing every single task yourself as you grow.
No way. And the good news is the tools available now are incredible for email marketing, for scheduling calls, taking payments, building sales funnels.
So what are the key things someone should look to automate early on?
Definitely email sequences, like a welcome sequence for new subscribers. Automating appointment booking is huge. Setting up smooth online payment processing. A simple sales funnel.
So customers can move through the buying process easily.
Yeah, without you having to manually guide every single step. Automating the repetitive stuff frees you up for the creative work, the strategy, the stuff only you can do.
Building a business that can kind of run itself 24/7, at least in part.
That's the goal. Leverage technology so you're not the bottleneck.
Okay, we've covered a lot. Mindset, model, audience, offer, automation. What's the glue that holds it all together? The thing that sounds simple but maybe isn't?
Consistency. It sounds boring, maybe. But lack of it is probably the biggest killer of online business dreams.
Yeah, it's easy to get excited initially, but keeping it going when you don't see huge results immediately,
Yeah.
that's tough.
It really is. Building this kind of business, hitting six figures, it's often less about some secret, complex strategy and more about just showing up day after day, week after week, doing the core things repeatedly.
Like that idea of stacking tiny wins that came up.
Exactly. It's powerful. That daily post, that weekly email, reaching out to one potential client, those small actions seem minor in the moment.
But they add up.
They compound over time. It's the aggregation of marginal gains. Consistent, focused effort builds something significant brick by brick, not usually overnight.
That's actually really encouraging. It makes it feel less like needing one big home run and more about just consistently getting on base.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay, last piece of the puzzle. What's the final core element we found across the board?
Investing in yourself continuously. The online world changes so fast. Platforms change, strategies evolve, customer expectations shift.
So you can't just learn one thing and expect it to work forever.
Absolutely not. You have to keep learning, keep adapting. Staying coachable is key.
And what does that look like, practically? Investing in yourself.
It could be taking online courses, hiring a coach, or joining a mastermind group, even just dedicating time to reading the right books or industry reports.
Staying sharp, staying informed.
Yeah, recognizing you don't have all the answers and being willing to learn from others and adapt. It's probably the best investment you can make, honestly. Your own development fuels the business's development.
They're linked. Your growth drives the business growth. Got it.
100%.
Okay, so let's try and pull this all together for everyone listening. If you want to build that six-figure online business in 2025, the roadmap seems to be: get the entrepreneurial mindset right first.
Yep. Think like a CEO building an asset.
Then, choose one business model to focus on initially. Don't get scattered.
Master it. Less is more.
Build that audience consistently by providing real value. Remember, trust over transaction.
Crucial. No attention, no business.
Create a compelling offer that acts as that bridge from their pain to their desired outcome. Start accessible.
Solve a real problem.
Then, implement systems and automation early to avoid burnout and free up your time.
Let the tech do the heavy lifting.
Stay relentlessly consistent. Stack those tiny wins day by day.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
And finally, never stop investing in your own learning and growth. Stay coachable.
The landscape demands it.
Those really feel like the core pillars.
They do. And maybe as you're listening, think about which one of those resonates most right now. Where do you need to put your focus next?
That's a great reflection point. Which step needs your attention? And maybe one final thought to chew on. We're talking 2025, but things move so fast online.
Uh-huh. Always changing.
So looking even further ahead, what emerging trends or maybe disruptive tech might change this path again? What could accelerate it or maybe throw a wrench in the works beyond 2025?
That's a big question. AI's role will certainly deepen virtual economies, shifts in social media.
Definitely something to keep an eye on as you build. Food for thought.